Hi, beautiful people. Welcome to Story Time with Eva. Thanks for joining. They met on a rainy day in June. He was sitting at the corner table of a cozy cafe, reading a book and sipping a cup of coffee. She was there to meet a friend, but she had cancelled at the last minute. She decided to stay and enjoy a cup of tea, hoping to cheer herself up. Then she noticed a young gentleman glancing at her from time to time, but pretended not to see him. He looked smart and had a handsome face. With dark hair and piercing blue eyes, she felt a strange attraction to him. He finished his drink and got up to leave. He walked past her table and smiled at her. She smiled back, feeling a surge of warmth in her chest. He stopped and said, I am Leo. I hope you don't mind me saying this. You have a beautiful smile. She was surprised and flattered by his compliment. She thanked him and introduced herself. I am Mia. It's nice to meet you. He asked her if she was waiting for someone. She told him the truth, that her friend had cancelled and she was alone. He said he was sorry to hear that and asked her if she would like some company. She hesitated for a moment, but then she agreed. He sat down across from her and they started talking. They had a lot in common. They both loved books, music and movies, and both had a passion for travel and adventure. They also had dreams and ambitions. They laughed and joked and shared stories and opinions. They felt a connection, a spark in chemistry. They lost track of time, and before they knew it, the cafe was closing. He asked for a number and she gave it to him. He promised to call her soon and asked if she would like to see him again. She said yes without hesitation. He leaned in and kissed her softly on the cheeks. She felt a wave of emotion wash over her. He said goodbye and left, leaving her breathless and speechless. That was the beginning of their love story, the best thing that ever happened to Mia, the day she met the love of her life. They dated for a year. It was the best year of their lives. They did everything together, went to concerts, museums and parks. They traveled to different countries and explored new things, supported each other's goals and dreams. They made each other laugh and feel loved. On their anniversary, he took her to a romantic restaurant and proposed to her. He said he wanted to spend the rest of his life with her. He said she was his soulmate, his best friend, his everything. He gave her a beautiful ring and asked her to marry him. She said yes with tears of joy in her eyes. He kissed her and hugged her, and everyone in the restaurant clapped and cheered. They planned their wedding for the next summer, invited their families and friends, and booked a lovely venue. They chose their outfits, cake, music, and their vows. They were so excited and happy, looking forward to their big day. But then, something terrible happened. A week before their wedding, they went to a clinic to do some routine tests. They wanted to make sure they were healthy and ready for their future. They expected nothing but good news, but got the worst news possible. They found out that they had incompatible genotypes. He was AS and she was SS. They had sickle cell disease. All along, Mia knew she was SS, but she had hopes Leo would be an AA, but her hopes crashed unfortunately. They learned that if they had children, they would have a 50% chance of inheriting the disease and a 25% chance of dying before the age of 5. The sad reality that their marriage would not be a dream come true after all, and if forced, would be a risk, a gamble and a cost. It was a shock to them, so was their families. Some said it was a mistake, a lie, a trap. Others said they shouldn't go on. They didn't have to go on. They had to break up, to call off the wedding, to end their relationship. they didn't want to believe or accept it. They loved each other so much and wanted to get married. They said they would find a way to make it work and overcome the odds. They said they had to stay together, to go on with the wedding, to continue their love and relationship. Both tried to fight it, to resist and persist. They argued, pleaded and protested, but it was no use. Everyone said they had no choice and had to obey. Family said it was for their own good, their own happiness, their future. They forced them to break up, to cancel the wedding, to end their relationship. He left and she was heartbroken. They couldn't believe it. She couldn't accept it. He was gone, just like that. He was her love, her life, her everything, and he was taken away from her in a quick and unjust way. For days, Maya couldn't eat or drink. All she did was cry. It was hard for her to let go of Leo. The memories of their love was rooted deep in her heart. She had to move on and forget him, accept her fate, but she was helpless to her emotions. She kept a sad face for a very long time. She never wanted to experience the same sad fate she suffered when she was with Leo. She kept living each day as it came. Mia moved on, but never forgot about Leo and the unhappy ending. She started going out on dates again, but it was never the same. One lesson Mia learned was making sure she knows the genotype of any guy she meets early into the relationship. Leo and Mia moved on, knowing there was nothing they could do about their fate. They kept being friends, sharing happy moments together.